I'm Jude. This is Galen. We're in Coffeyville, Kansas. Galen's an engineer at John Deere. Mm-hmm. What type of engineer?
Mechanical.
My sister's a mechanical engineer. My sister and I often talk about why we need engineers. I don't think we need engineers, but Galen and my sister are probably going to gang up on me and say we need engineers. But here's my 700 watt soldering iron. There's Galen's flannel.
It didn't survive.
Boy, it stinks. I mean, you think carpet's bad burning, flannel's not good.
That's right.
So in today's sound advice, we're going to dedicate this video to Galen and his new flannel. We're going to build a new tone generator set that's worthy of a mechanical engineer and a contractor like myself. Gang, welcome back to the shop. So if you're an engineer and I've made fun of you lately, sorry, it's a weakness of mine. I've made it a personal goal in my life never to be outsmarted by an engineer. And yet this last service call, Galen is an engineer, and I feel like I was humiliated standing next to him because he was using a typical tool of mine, a tone generator, but yet it was so clunky and I hated every moment of it. I've been dreaming of this build for probably a good year, but never gotten around to it. Today is the day to redo my tone generator. What am I talking about? This is a typical tool that we use in the industry. Electricians use it, phone guys use it. If you've ever seen anybody wanding anything outside looking for utilities, doing a locate, this is what they're using. It's an inductive tracer with a tone generator. You have a tone generator, you put it on the line, and it's going to send out a tone. And you can see I'm not anywhere near it, and as I get closer, the tone gets louder. This is an essential tool in tracing down wires. In a typical sound system, there are thousands of feet of wire, and trying to figure out where all the wire goes is a mystery, but it's a challenge I love. This is an essential tool. This is 20 years old, and it's now time we do an upgrade. We're using the Klein Tone and Probe kit, but we're gonna modify this to fit my specific needs. Let's get started. I guess that was the instructions I just ripped. Oh, if there's an engineer that wrote those instructions, I'm sorry. This is not a personal attack against engineers. Believe me, it's not. My sister's an engineer. Okay, here it is right here. Oh man, I've been waiting so long to do this. This is a update to the Tone and Probe kit that I've used for years. And I've been drooling over this for, again, about a year, but thinking about how can I make this fit my application even better. So here's the deal. Typical XLR is, well, it's like this right here. Okay, you see that right there? When we're trying to put a tone on an existing mic line, a lot of times we're taking the alligator clips and carefully trying to clip onto the leads of the XLR. Then we stick the XLR in the jack. That is clunky. I mean, it's the way I've done it for 20 years, but we can do better than that. Where I use the Tone and Probe kit the most is toning out mic or line level cable runs. So that means we need an XLR. So what I'm going to do is cut off these alligator clips. Now, engineers, I'm sorry this is going to hurt, but it feels so good. If you're the one that hates pulling off stickers off of new equipment, I'm sorry. The first thing I pull off of equipment is the stickers or any plastic wrap. It's mine and I'm gonna use it. So I just cut off the end and I lined it up with the RJ45 connector that's on the end of this tone generator. The XLR is what I use the most in a Tone and Probe kit, so that's what we're going to solder on. The XLR is one of the few pro audio cables that is gender specific for the direction of the audio. The XLR male, or XLR-M, sends the signal to the device. The XLR-F, or the female, receives the signal. Typical microphone has male plugs on the end of the microphone. So the male is sending the information, the female cord is receiving that information. So it goes male, female, all the way up to your sound booth. Another thing that we need to keep into consideration, the XLR is a balanced audio connector. This tone generator is a unbalanced audio generator, so we need to be careful how we wire the tone generator into the XLR. If we wire this in the balanced configuration, we may get some phase cancellation if we're sending this signal into a balanced device. We're going to solder the conductors on pin 2 and pin 1. Pin 2 is the plus, pin 1 is the minus. If you've never soldered anything before and you'd like to learn, I have a fun little video, 6 simple secrets for soldering something. I'm not getting the name right. There's a link right there. But don't look at the link yet. Let's get this job done first. I'm treating the red as the positive conductor, and I'm soldering that onto pin 2. The black treating as the negative, and I'm going to solder that onto pin 1. Pin 3 is not being used. Pin 3 is going to be the out of phase positive conductor. There we go, it's on there. Ready to close up shop. Now we have the alligator clips to worry about. I'm not going to throw these away because these are really important. These alligator clips also have a bed of nails. There's a little bed of nails there. The phone company uses this a lot for piercing the insulation and getting the tone right onto the copper conductor without ever stripping back the insulation. Those are really nice. Keeping with the theme of how we send and receive signals with XLRs, the alligator clips are receiving the signal from the tone generator. And we're putting a female jack on the alligator clip side. I'm tinning the cables. There it is right there. That is going to be so nice. Why didn't I do this 20 years ago? It's just, I don't know. Okay, so if I need to go back to alligator clips, there it is right there. So I have the XLR male ready to go and plug into any snake that I need to send a tone from the stage up to the sound booth, or any long line level XLR run from the sound booth to an amp rack. Oh man, this is so nice. But wait, there's more. If we need to change the gender of this and go into a male jack, they make these things, we call them gender benders. Now we have a female XLR ready to go into a male XLR. We can now go into 1/4 inch. So I plug that in. Here's our 1/4 inch jack. 1/4 inch female, 1/4 inch male, 1/8 inch male. This is tip ring sleeve, but I've wired it for tip and sleeve only. That little adapter from XLR female, I can do 3 different types of plugs. XLR to RCA, RCA male to RCA female, or I can go into an F connector, speak on male or speak on female. Look at that. It's awesome. So simple. Working with antennas or video, BNC male, BNC female. And finally, this one's dangerous, so don't try this. I mean, unless if you know your electrical circuit is turned off. There's times when we need to identify all the plugs that are on the audio high voltage circuit. I've never done this before, so this may be a bad idea. If I plug this into the wall, I'm going to toast the tone generator if we have 120 volts. But I'm assuming we don't, because I'm going to measure it with a hot stick and a voltmeter. But I can now plug this tone generator into a wall receptacle, and I can trace the wires all the way around the room to see how many other circuits are on that outlet circuit, or I can trace it back to the panel and have some good success. This is now my ultimate tone and probe kit. I can't wait to use this. Oh, This is so exciting. Engineers, watch out. If you're an engineer and I know it, I'm showing this to you and I want you to be happy. My name's Jude. Thanks for watching, and this is my sound advice.